Oh, unfortunate. World's tallest animal, standing at 18 feet. Okay, I still got one more area to go. Carousel. Ooh, longhorn. Chimpanzee. Giraffe. Go back down. Cool. Still got a few. And the elephants are out. Hey. Hello.
Well, hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty great. We got two out now.
Yes, Samson and Tuffy.
Tuffy was the one that was over there just a minute ago, right? Okay.
Yeah,
That's the bigger one?
Tuffy is the bigger one, yes.
Okay.
Tuffy's like, I think 38 or something.
Old man.
Samson is, I think 16 or 17.
Uh-oh.
Samson's got the little tusk growing back in.
Is that the one? Someone told me he's the teenager.
He is the teenager.
Okay.
Yes.
And then there's one more inside?
And then Samson's mother is the one that's inside, and she's also about 38.
Okay.
She's quite a bit smaller.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Some
look
at him going down on his knees. Oh my gosh, that's pitiful.
What does that mean in behavior?
I don't know what that means. I have no idea.
That's a slow collapse. Pew. This is how they play, huh?
Well, yeah. They're supposed to be establishing boundaries and dominance.
It looks like the teenager won.
But, yeah, and I don't think that's the way it's actually working. It's supposed to be. Bye-bye. Here come some people that might be able to explain this to you. So what's going on here? Why did Tuffy lay down?
He does that because he has his brain stampy sometimes. But it's a play posture.
It's a play. Oh, all right, okay. I mean, he was previously sort of pushing Samson around, so now he's like, okay, now I'll play with you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even when they're pushing each other around,
It's very
Almost like dogs. Who gets to name the animals?
usually it's a voting fundraiser for or they come with a name. Tuffy and Felix came with their names. I could see real well from up here. Tuffy and Samson. They're busy finding some food in the rock.
Does the cable irritate them when they bounce on that?
No. If anything, I think they enjoy interacting with it, and they're also just kind of getting around it to reach further. But it's just cable. It's not like hot wire or anything like that. Sometimes they're a nuisance and just like chew on it, and we're like, please leave it alone. You guys are very big, and they have messed with the cables enough that we've had to replace a couple of them. So we're always like, please don't throw your weight around. Be gentle with the cables.
Right. I figured because it was like abrasive, it would like bother their skin or something.
It's pretty smooth.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, you know, lots of little cables all strung together and twisted, but it's smooth if you touch it.
Okay.
Loping across here.
But Tuffy is around 12,000 pounds, Samson's around 10,000 pounds, and when they just like lean on something, it moves. Like they don't even have to want to be strong for them to really break some stuff. So we're like, please make good choices.
So I heard he's the teenager. How much bigger is he gonna get?
I think he'll actually be bigger than Tuffy, just based on the amount
How
of
he
growth
is right now, right?
Right now, yeah, he's 10,000 pounds. He's only 2,000 pounds shy of Tuffy, and he clearly his body is smaller in different proportions.
Right.
So I think he's gonna be bigger. They're not related. That's not his dad. But the male that they think was his dad was a really big bull, like 14,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
The heaviest one that we had in human care in the United States was 16,000 pounds. He's since passed away, but that was like the biggest one I am aware of.
And do you guys remove their tusks?
No. So Tuffy came to us from a private owner, and he was owned by a few private owners before he came to us. We were given information that his tusks were removed when he was younger, and it's an expensive and risky thing to do. They would probably only do it if he broke them somehow. So if you look at Samson's tusks, they're really short because he's playing so much and he's wearing them down. The closer they get to the skin of their face, it's going to have live tissue inside the tusk that makes it grow.
Okay.
And if you break it, it's kind of like our teeth. It's not a substance that would heal. It could abscess and cause lots of trauma and problems. So if Tuffy broke one of his tusks, they might have just chosen to remove both of them.
Just be done with it.
Yeah. But it's not like declawing a cat or anything. It wouldn't be a simple procedure. It's very expensive, so it was probably for a health reason. But he just has a big old floppy mouth where they should have been. So whoever did it did a good job. He's no worse for the wear. If he was in the wild, he'd have a big disadvantage because then he wouldn't be able to fend off other males and things like that as well. But here, it doesn't bother him. And then we have a third elephant. She's inside. Her name is Felix, and she was born without her tusks. So it's about 3 out of 100 elephants genetically are just missing them.
Really?
Yep. So all African elephants, male and female, should have them, but we've got 2 without, but for 2 different reasons.
Interesting.
And then Samson is her son, and he's born with tusks, so it is just genetically like not an easy thing to
discuss.
Yeah.
Why does Felix not want to come out?
She just got a bath, and so we were letting her warm up before she came outside.
Gotcha.
Nobody wants to like take a shower and then pop right outside. So
Same
we
for
let her
us,
warm
right?
up and dry off, and she'll be out shortly. We do bath routines to have good relationships with them and do lots of training because they're really smart, they're really big, and it's not like taking our dogs and cats to the vet. You can't just like hug them and someone give them the vaccine. They have to willingly participate in everything because they're so big. And so we do a lot of training during the bath routine of like presenting their feet, looking behind their ears, touching them all over and scrubbing, and it makes them know that we are safe and helps us take good care of them.
Makes sense. So what's the face-off for right now? Just
hanging.
Just hanging.
With elephants, if they're pretty much wear their emotions on their sleeve if you know what to look for. So like Samson didn't think Tuffy was threatening, so he didn't leave. And Tuffy wasn't being overbearing, which caused Samson to just hang out there. And now they chose to like, let's push on each other. It's so much fun. And Samson, if he gets like kind of sucker punched by Tuffy, he will like turn his butt to him like, hey, that was
I
a
don't
lot.
want any more.
I swear I'm smaller than you, and I'm not trying to challenge you. Please be nice.
Right.
But when he kind of like lifts his head a little bit, that's kind of like a playful posture of like, yeah, come get me. All that trunk curling is like, yeah, we could do that again. That's fine. Sometimes when Samson's feeling really excited, he'll like kind of raise up on his back legs and like do a harumph like at him and like throw his trunk everywhere and be extra silly. And sometimes Tuffy does like to tell him like, hey, I am the bigger dude, and Samson will let out like kind of a low roar of like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry.
My bad.
And leave the situation, which is all really normal bull behavior. Sometimes they're a little too rough, and somebody has to say, you know, no thanks.
Like dogs, alpha, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I have to show you who's boss.
Yep. And then Felix, Samson's mom, she will ovulate once every 3 months. So once every 3 months, she will put out hormones that Tuffy's like time to breathe. And so anytime that's happening, he's a little extra rough with Samson, being like, don't even think about it. And he's like, that's my mom, I wouldn't. But, you know, he just
He still has to let everyone know. Right.
So we make sure that we keep an eye on that so it doesn't get too rough. But we're lucky that Tuffy in general is just a really good bull. He's always been really good with Felix and like the right amount of rough with Samson. 'Cause we wouldn't want Samson with 10,000 pounds and 2 tusks to get too
Aggressive.
excited and too like not knowing his place.
That's fun. You must love this job, huh?
It's great.
Yeah.
Sharing it with you guys, honestly, though, is the best part.
Really?
Yeah, we really enjoy working around them. They humble us and stretch our brains to interact with them and teach them things, and it's really enjoyable that way. But
Very
when
humbling.
people come and appreciate them as much as we do, that's why we're here. Because when I was very small, the 2 elephants that they're no longer here, Anna and Dolly, I have pictures when I was like this big, and they're in the
Really?
background.
Oh, wow.
And so working with them was very cool. But they since passed on. We miss them a bunch though.
These massive
Yeah,
creatures.
you hear?
Jeez.
He's like, I know that. I don't have any snacks, my man.
Weaver's gonna do up.
Oh, that's good. Weaver will throw you some snacks. He's like, I know that voice. That voice means treats. The winter's challenging though. They can't be out in anything that's like 40 degrees or less if there's no sun. The edges of their ears and their trunk tip could get frostbitten. So they don't love the winter, but we do our best to enjoy the days that we can. And inside we try to just do a ton of training opportunities and keep them like mentally occupied that way.
While they're inside.
Yeah.
Is he the one with the treats?
Yep. He's got a bag full of hay probably. And these guys eat all day, every day. So if they stop eating, they stop pooping. And if they stop pooping, their guts get really upset. And so in Africa, that means they're a keystone species of like spreading seeds, spreading fertilizer. They're eating as much as they're pooping, so it like replenishes the land. It also keeps the grasslands nice and grassy for things like cheetah or gazelle. Without the elephants, a lot of it would be more forested with trees. But they knock a lot of trees down and they knock a lot of bushes down. So they really manipulate the landscape, and it's at the service of other animals, not that they know that. But here, it's just more work for us.
Right. It's part of the ecosystem.
Yep.
And they do well with the deer-looking creatures?
Yeah, we have white-tailed deer that live here, and they're all over the park because the park has a no hunting rule.
Okay.
And wildlife is like, no one's shooting us, we're going to be here. And the deer, ever since COVID, have become